watching the Mainstream Media News, your home of truthful, unbiased news. We find out the facts and what's at stake and who's involved and where they're heading and what's happening. Welcome to the evening news. I'm Michael Henderson. New studies suggest that wages are not keeping up with inflation. Now onto our story, millennials, and what are they so mad at? So Jim, what are millennials so mad about? Thank you, Michael. Well, the main reason millennials are so mad is because they've never actually had to work like you and I have. You know, we had to go to university and then we had to get a job. And so we know what it's like to pay the bills. But millennials, they're so entitled. They don't think that they have to do that. They just kind of want everything to be given to them. And they don't expect that they actually have to put in hard work to get benefits from it. And they just kind of want to lay on their couches looking at their phones, you know, with their little TikTok app or whatever you call it. And that's all they want to do. They don't want to have to go to work, but really, it's not that difficult. 40 years ago, when you, as we all know, you and I, you got your part-time job that paid for your car, your rent, and your groceries, and then you're set. Like really, I don't know what all the fuss is about. Thanks for that, Jim. We'll be back after this short break. You may not notice, but 17% of dogs around the world are affected by sleeping disorders. This may seem surprising to you, but in Canada alone, there are over 14,000 dogs with sleeping disorders, just like this little guy here. Don't worry, life will get better. To see what you can do about this horrible illness, please go to mydogcan'tsleep.com. Now to the weather. Now over to our reporter on the scene. While most students get scholarships from being smart or an athlete, now you can get scholarships for being a lazy gamer. Joining me is Max, or Freezing Bear, as you may know.
Hi.
So Freezing Bear, you have a pretty cool name. Anyways, how are you able to make money playing games?
Well, I just signed with Optic Gaming for $300,000 per season.
Wow, and is that real money or are you getting paid in V-Bucks?
Yeah, it's $300,000 USD.
Well, too bad it wasn't like that when I was a kid. I was pretty good at Frogger. Well, we're running out of time, so thank you so much for coming on this show today. Good luck with your tournament, and don't forget to see us go to college.
Okay, thanks for having me on.
A major 7.9 scale earthquake rocked North India last night, leaving millions without food or shelter. Now on to our next story about this donut that looks like a face. We have our food panelist here, Jacob, to tell us more. So Jacob, what is so cool about this donut? Yes, Michael. It is a very rare case. This is from a factory that makes 60,000 donuts a day, and 99.998% of the times, they all turn out perfectly. Like, this is so rare. Like, the chances of this happening are very, very rare. But this lucky person managed to get this donut, and it looks just like a face. It is so cool. So do you think the factory should shut down so that way they can repair the machinery and maybe make it so that kind of thing doesn't happen anymore? I don't think there really would be much point shutting down the whole factory because of this. You know, all the workers would lose their jobs, and it's just impossible to have a factory run at an efficiency ratio of 100%. Like, that's just impossible. The factory, there will always be cases where the donut looks slightly different than the other. So is it still safe for people to eat those ones that look slightly different? Yes. While the donut does look different, it does contain all the same elements as all the other donuts, so it is safe. And like I said before, there's a 0.002% chance of it happening. So you're probably never going to see a donut like this in the store. Like, it's very rare. Thank you for that, Jacob. We'll be back to you after this short break. Recently, a new article claims that the mainstream media is losing popularity and trust. This is a fake article and should not be listened to. The article was written by conspiracy theorists, flat earthers, as well as anti-vaxxers. You can still rely on us for all your truthful, unbiased, live news. Breaking news, around the world, 13 people have died. This is an unprecedented event that has never happened before. The world needs to close down so that way we can stop this from ever happening again. Around the world, thousands of people are protesting their rights getting taken away. These are mostly conspiracy theorists and flat earthers. The police have been brought in to break up these dangerous, peaceful protests. Now over to a reporter at the scene.